Asma, give me a skincare routine. The first day I heard that statement, I was a little bit confused. What do you mean? And then the person said, which one goes first? A toner, an essence, vitamin C, an SPF. Okay, now basically that's layering. Yeah, it's a skincare routine, and everyone wants an effective skincare routine. Like when you go through my videos, it's not like I have a playlist for them, but I'll try and drop some of them in the description area where I have different skincare routines. Like basically the reason why I'm putting this different skincare routine is for you to realize that not all skin types have the same skincare routine, even though all skin types can use all kinds of products. Okay, let me explain. All right, you meet a teenager. Basically teenagers, their hormones are raging hot and you don't need too much. Yes, because there's something I've noticed with few teenagers that I have worked with. They have an oily and a dry skin at the same time. Yes, and their skin is so sensitive that anything you put on top, it works almost like magic. Of course, why not? Because their elasticity of their skin is still intact. Their cell turnover is very fast, so whatever you place on the skin shows on very fast. Do you get? So that is why I advise a lot of mothers to abstain from using all these steroids for their children, for their teenage, especially when they're having their breakouts. But we could develop a little skincare routine. I think I've heard a video, or I've heard someone, I can't remember where I heard, we listen to a lot of things online, offline, and this person was asked to give a skincare routine, and the person was saying the layering start from hyaluronic acid, like it's obvious that some people just tend to push their skincare routine on everybody. Like me personally, if you watch my videos, I will tell you I have a combination skin. Basically, inside of the face is oily, outside is dry. So there are certain things I will use that when someone that does not have that kind of skincare skin type does my skincare routine, they might not get results, and that is where we get the issue, or face the issue of these things don't work, these things are scam. Okay, I'm not saying that the scam is not there, it's obviously there, but the ones that are pretty much direct, this is it. Okay, let me give you a quick example. For instance, like I said, I have a combination skin. Now my skin type were very prone to acne rosacea, especially when you are above the age 30. And with a combination skin, you're more prone to rosacea than those with oily skin and those with dry skin. So what is our best bet? Azelaic acid. And then there are times that I get people trying to condemn some things one way or the other. Like, yes, some products have very similar ingredients. An example is a facial toner and a hydrating essence. This is my hydrating essence and this is my facial toner. Now let me read the ingredient list for you. The one of the facial toner, we have water, we have rose water, we have licorice extract, we have panthenol, we have glycerin, we have phenolzethol, we have the EDTA, and then we have citric acid. For the hydrating essence, we have water, we have ginseng extract, we have green tea extract, we have glycerin, we have panthenol, we have xanthan, we have sodium lactate, we have phenolzethol, we have citric acid, we have EDTA. Now, listening to these both ingredients, they are very alike, they are very similar. But number one, the consistency is different. Do you understand? The hydrating essence seems to be a lot more thicker than the. This is the facial toner, like I told you. Can you see it's running? Like, yeah. And then this is the hydrating essence. And it's so advisable when you're using your liquid product, shake it first. Do you understand? Now this is your essence. This is my essence. Can you see? It's also going to run, but slower. Let me do it here. You get? So essences are in between toners and serums. They are not as thick as serums, even though some essences are equally thick like serums. But basically, most essences are not as thick as serum, but they are not as runny as toners. So people tell you that using essences and some people will tell you that using essences and toners might be useless. Some will even say it's another way of extorting money from you. Okay, now this is it. Some people do not feel they're not so attached to toners. But essences are much more easier to use. Why? Because they're not so running. And then most people, again, tend to apply toner with cotton pad, which in some cases, when you have a sensitive skin, you're doing something close to exfoliating every day, like, rubbing like that. When you have a sensitive skin, you might have an issue. So I like to give essence to those kind of people, because essence, honestly speaking, I would say there are will I use the word they are twins with toner? Yeah, I think so. They are almost the same thing, but they're not the same thing. Okay, like now reading the ingredient list of my toner. My toner has a little bit of a tyrosine inhibitor, and that's a licorice extract. But my hydrating essence has none. Rather, it just has natural extract. So basically, it is more, what it does is just hydrating, but the toner kind of hydrates and kind of also help with a little bit of hyperpigmentation. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. So an hydrating essence, as it is called, is just meant to hydrate the skin. Then the toner will also hydrate your skin and give you a little bit of evening of the skin tone, yeah, due to the presence of a tyrosine inhibitor. Can they be used both day and night and for all skin type? It depends. It can be used both day and night, the two of them. Obviously, they don't have any maybe exfoliating active that will make the skin so sensitive to the sun. No, they don't. They can be used both day and night, yes. Now, for me personally, do I use them both? Yes and no. Yes, this is what I mean by yes and no. It depends on the weather. Yes, if it is during the harmattan, I layer the two. When I use toner, I use essence because the weather is really, really dry. But right now, it is the raining season. The weather, if anything, is even hydrating on its own. I use one. If I'm using essence, I don't use toner. If I'm using toner, I don't use essence. And I interchange them at any routine, morning and night. Then there's one other big bros called the hyaluronic acid. It's not for everybody. Like me, hyaluronic acid irritates my skin. Like, the level of irritation I get from hyaluronic acid is mad. Like, I have tried all sorts of technique. There's one that will tell you apply it on damp skin. There's ones that will tell you apply it on dry skin. I understand. Even me that I'm a cosmetic formulation that I'm exposed to some of these ingredients or most of these ingredients, I get really, really confused. And there are a lot of content we absorb online. So that one too makes it more complicated. But it is simple as ABCD. You have a really, really matured skin, let's say from 50 and above. At that moment, with issue of even premenopause, in those cases, women tend to have dry skin that pure. Like, there are a lot of things that menopause does to the skin. A lot. Maybe I'll do a video for that. Yes, what menopause can do to the skin. Now, in as much as a good diet is also very effective in skincare, and a good effective routine, skincare routine, is also important. A woman premenopause past 50, honestly speaking, I won't recommend salicylic acid for that person, because number one, the person is not even necessarily having acne issues anymore. Yes, they will have texture, just like I said, because of menopause. Now their best bet is vitamin B. If they must exfoliate, give them lactic acid, or use lactic acid, because lactic acid now has hydrating properties. Salicylic acid has a drying property, and at above 50, your acne rosacea has even tidied up itself and left. Like, at that moment, what you're dealing with most of the time is texture and dryness. So what are your best bets? So you will not sit down and start layering or follow a skincare routine of someone in her 20s or someone in her 30s. Like, you cannot start layering, putting salicylic acid. No. Now there are some things that you withdraw from, and there are some things you will add. I've seen a video of a lady, I think that lady should be close to 50 or even above 50. She was showering praises on mineral oil. But when you meet someone with an oily skin and going to touch that same kind of oil, they will break out, because mineral oil is an occlusive. It's not a comedogenic, it's not a comedogenic product, but it is an occlusive. What it means is that it seals in. Do you understand? For some people, it could be slightly heavy, and depending on the skincare routine you did underneath before even sealing with that mineral oil, some people, it could be that they have really, really dry skin before even premenopause. So when they apply mineral oil, it gives them that proper desired moisture that they want. So the thing is that people tend to praise a certain product, probably because at that time it suits their skin condition, or it suits their skin demand. But that doesn't mean it's for everybody, and you rush and go and buy it and then you come out. That is why you see some people end up having one kind of huge stash of skincare product that at the end of the day they don't even use. They are complaining when they are using it. And there are some people again that there is this problem of wrong use. There are some things you don't use every day, and that is why when I'm talking to a client or a potential customer or an already customer, I ask a lot of questions. Some might even pick offense. It's looking like you're prying into their personal affairs. But no, I'm trying to get what it is all about for me to be able to serve you better. And that's why the first question I ask is, what's your skin type? Yeah, sometimes I'm also supposed to ask age, especially when I'm meeting the person online. I'm not seeing you physically. Maybe physically I can guess. Sometimes you can even guess wrong, because some people, they don't age at all. Why some people, they age faster than their age. You understand? But at least seeing you physically helps. It goes a long way than not seeing physically. And that is why it's always advisable, especially when you want to have a beautiful skin. Like right now, skincare is very, very popular. It's very, very relevant. Try to understand your skin type. Know your skin type. So in case you want to dive into skincare, it will be very, very easy. Some people tell you that in the simplest way is just getting your vitamin C, your sunscreen, your retinol, and your moisturizer. It's quite okay. But now you might have vitamin C and retinol in your skincare routine, but you're an active breakout person. Like you're having active breakout. Now trust me, vitamin C and retinol will irritate the skin for you. Yes, are you shocked? Don't be. So at that moment now, there's going to be a lot of manipulation. So just because somebody told you that once you have these 4 products, you're good to go, you use those 4 products, you're in trouble. Then we're also talking of face washes. Like I came here with me today with 2 face washes. This one is with clove infused, and this one is with SCI, a surfactant called SCI, in combination with cocoa betaine. While this one is AOS in combination with cocoa betaine. I don't know if I'm trying to say to you. Now, the thing is that these things are the same but different surfactants. Do you get? And so when I meet someone that has an oily skin, I like to give them this one, because this one has much more, like, let's say, extra washing ability than this one. This one has more of a hydrating water. So for this, I would like to recommend for someone with dry skin and people with combination skin like my own. Why for this, I like to recommend it for people with oily skin. So one skincare routine or one product might not necessarily cater. That's why you see a lot of skincare brands, they have variety. Like only CeraVe, when you look at it, you see they have almost how many category of face washes. Yes, and they will now even label it like suitable for oily skin. They even write it on it sometimes. Suitable for, if not sometimes, all the time. You understand? All those Eucerin, all those things. So basically what I'm trying to say is that next time you want to build a skincare routine, I would say building a skincare routine is a personalized activity. Yes, don't think it's a general activity. That's to cut this long story short. In conclusion of this video, I'm trying to say that building a skincare routine is a personalized routine, is a personalized activity, not a general activity. What we work here might not work here. Layering of this is not compulsory for all skin types. Do you understand? Someone will swear by hyaluronic acid, like I told you earlier. I am not. No. Hyaluronic acid has taught me pepper. Like I've given up. But that doesn't mean that another person will not benefit from it. Hyaluronic acid might be something that people might, like someone with a dry skin that might complain that it's making the skin dry and irritated and like that. But for me, that's my holy grail. Like, it's a yes for me. When you meet someone with serious active breakout, and there's one very important thing that I normally do. Before I give a skincare routine, I like to know the ingredients or the product you have at the back of the scene alongside with this. So sometimes I'm not saying that just because you want a new skincare routine mean that you should discard. No. You can use different product from different product line, but get to, if you're meeting a professional, yes, get to tell them what you're using before they give you something. Yes, because I might be giving you niacinamide at 5%, and you already have a product like Corax, this snail slime, whatever, that already has 5% niacinamide. And I don't know your acceptance to niacinamide, because when I'm introducing a newbie to niacinamide, I start with 5%. It's when you now become an OG like me, I can introduce you to 10%. Now I'm giving you a 5% niacinamide from my own product line, and you're using Corax snail slime that has 5% niacinamide. Now you have 10. Now you might start having irritation. Now you might not. Do you understand? I'm giving you a hydrating essence that has green tea extract, that has what's the next extract? I'm sorry. And I'm giving, okay, licorice extract, and you have another product that has, let's say, a higher percentage of licorice extract. Now, if you're not careful, you begin to have dermatitis. Yes, because those are clash of tyrosine inhibitor, and they have a usage percentage rate. Yes, licorice usage percentage rate is from like 0.5 to 5%. Sorry, 0.5 to, let's say, 2% safer. Do you understand? Yeah, some people can go as high as 5%. I like to stop at 2%, actually 0.5 to 2%. Now I might have 2% in my own product, and you have a product that already has another 2%, and that's like going by 4. And honestly speaking, if you're really a dark skin tone person, tyrosine inhibitors like licorice can actually begin to brighten your skin, and it can begin to worsen your hyperpigmentation. am I making sense here? Sometimes when I talk too much, even me, I feel like I'm confusing my listeners. But then just drop your comments in the comment section. If you have a question, ask me in the comment section. I promise I will answer. If we're making another video, I will do that. You guys are my OGs, like you guys are my people, you guys are my YouTube family, like my beautiful skincare enthusiasts, that kind of thing. All right, thank you so much if you watched up to the end of this video. I really appreciate, and see you in the next video. Bye.